You can start any time.
All right. So we have two beef eyes here. One is fresh, and the other one is preserved. In class, you did one or the other, but either could be on the test. So we're going to start with the fresh. Fresh has a lot of adipose that it wasn't cut off. About 5/6 of your eye is back in the orbit. You see about 1/6 of your eye. All this reddish structure is some of your muscles that help move the eyeball. Here on the back is the optic nerve. You need to think about where does it go after the optic nerve, the stimulus. Where was it before? The stimulus before it was at the optic nerve. All right, so that was the fresh eye, the exterior. Now I want to show you.
1 second. So to start with now, I'm going to show you, but you think you're going to speak a little bit louder because there's a fair amount of background noise. All right, go 3 seconds after I leave my hand.
All right, here we have the preserved eye, and this is a little bit harder to see some of the structures externally. The adipose, most of it's been cut off. The muscle is kind of this brownish substance here, or tissue. And then the optic nerve is just this area right here. Okay, this is the optic nerve, so that is easier to see on the fresh tissue. All right, so on the inside, you have your two of your 3 layers. The middle layer here is the choroid, and that in beef eyes does have the tapetum lucidum, which is your reflective layer for night vision. And then here is the retina. Now this tan structure covers the whole inside of this eye, but when you cut into the eye, it releases all that pressure and it crumples up like this. So really that was spread throughout the inside of the eye. But there is the retina, and where it all attaches is the optic disc right here. Okay? Now on the fresh eye, you can see it's much more vibrant because of it being fresh tissue, but it's harder to really pull out the retina. Okay, that when it's usually black and it's hard to see it as you kind of pull it up some. But you see the good tapetum lucidum, outer structure here, your sclera. Okay. Here we still have the front of the eye still on. You got to think too, what's in this area here of the fresh eye is your vitreous humor. Here would sit your lens, and this is the iris around the hole, the pupil. Then it's ciliary body and ora serrata. And we can put this underneath a dissecting scope so you can see those 3 different regions. What is through this hole or pupil is the cornea, the posterior side of the cornea, and around that needle would be your aqueous humor, and the anterior segment is anterior to the lens. Posterior to the lens is the vitreous humor. Now with the preserved eye, it's a little bit, you can still see those structures, but it is different from the fresh eye. But again, ora serrata, ciliary body, iris, pupil, which is the area. You have your aqueous humor there around, in front of or anterior to the lens. The other thing that we want to show you with the fresh lens, when you look at this, through the fresh lens, you're seeing how there is quite a bit of magnification.
You need to lift it.
Quite a bit of magnification with the lens on these letters. So that's why we give you the slime sheet to put the fresh lens on. If you're not doing a fresh eye, then ask to see the fresh lens and what that does. In the preserved eye, it breaks down the proteins and you can't see through it like you can in a fresh lens. Okay?